sharing my little video here of my kitchen and the pressure cooker. Now the pressure cooker here is obviously, I'm just demoing it, so there's some water in it. So open it, right? I always sort of use my left hand sometimes and then pull it away from me so I don't get burnt with the steam. But even better still, just use an oven mitt to make sure you don't. So it has the valve inside here. That is like the indicator to tell you once it's hit the pressure. We close the lid, you'll see. There. And when that is up, you can't open the handle, it's locked. So a bit of safety there, so if one of the kids or someone comes along and it's got pressure and decide to open it up, they can't. So this goes in here. You should probably already figured out by now. Lock the handle. You have your valve. Valve has two settings. So this is the release. So when you fire across, release. You can see this is all the way up. This is the first one, which is usually for vegetables. This one here is for meat, and you can do vegetables as well. It's up to you. It just means more pressure. To remove it, you just hold this down, twist it. So you see the little line up here. Now this little piece, and it seems to be a bit out of focus, but anyway, mine, you can see, mine has the writing, and it's come off because, you know, it seems to be made out of liquid paper or something. It's so crap. I just washed it one day and then wiped it with my finger and it just come off. So you also probably do the same. No big deal. I mean, it's covered under warranty, but I haven't taken it back. This is a pain. So you just put it back here, line it up again, push it down till it clicks. You can't undo it, and then you go. Now we'll just turn this around so we can watch the pressure indicator. Don't know if you can actually see that, but we'll try to bring it into focus. There we go. So let's start it up. It's on the high pressure. Indicator's down. Lid's locked in. So after you finish cooking your onion, you know, your garlic, your meat, braising your meat, cooking your sauce, put it all back in, and then you put the lid on, and now we'll just raise the actual temperature on the stove to full gas. So you look here. It's on full. So to get it up to the temperature as soon as possible. Shouldn't take too long. It's only just got water in it, so I'm just boiling stuff at the moment, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Now I can make a few hisses as it's doing this. You know, a bit of steam escapes from this hole until it pops up and seals. That's normal, don't worry about that. And even sometimes it even hisses on its own. It just depends on how well it's seated, or maybe last time you used it wasn't clean or something like this. You can start to hear the pressure building inside. It's starting to boil now, and it should pop up in a minute. There we go. See the steam coming out the hole. Should pop up. There we go. So this is the safety feature to tell you it's under pressure. So never attempt to remove the lid unless that is down, or else, you know, well, it won't let you because it's safety, but also if somehow you do manage to open the lid for some reason, obviously it's full of pressure. So I'll just turn this around with my little protectors so we can see this side. And we can come back a bit now. Now this can happen, the noise sometimes can be a little hissy. Like this sometimes doesn't seat. You just give it a little wiggle and then it seats. I've had this, sometimes it just hisses and it hasn't actually reached its correct pressure. So just seated it, maybe mine is not very good or something, maybe I need to take this back, I'm not sure. Zoom in a bit. Now you can start to hear. You can start to hear the hiss now. Still hot steam coming out the top. It's going to hiss. Now, how you know this has got to the correct temperature is now. It starts to hiss loudly. Right. So just turn your temperature right down. This is normal. Just hot air coming out, telling you that it's reached the correct temperature. We just turn this down. Right down. Very, very low pressure. Turn it down to the lowest possible to reduce this hissing. So the lowest possible temperature. Once the hissing goes away, you just want a nice silent little hiss. Just to tell you it's just hitting the right amount of pressure. You don't want it spewing out everywhere, but you don't want it to be shut off either. Because if it completely stops, the pressure may drop and you'll have less pressure for your cooking. So you just want to have a nice little hiss. Okay, so it's down pretty low now. But we can go a little bit lower. Just a gentle hiss. Very gentle hiss. It'll subside more as you wait. Right now it's just reached the top pressure. So just turn it down. Once it gets to this stage, it's fine. As long as it's not too loud, like going crazy, hissing out lots of steam everywhere. Now, say you've finished your cooking now and you want to release it. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can just simply turn the stove off. You can see that it's pretty much dropped down to the pressure now, almost as soon as I turn the stove off. And then just bring it back up. It depends what you're cooking. If you're cooking a lot of sauce, sometimes it actually needs a little bit more temperature to make it hiss a little bit. So anyway, so we've turned it off. So there's two ways. You can just simply turn it off until you see the valve. The little valve there. You can just simply let it go on its own. Naturally cool down. Pressure subsides. That pops down. You can open it. Obviously that's going to allow more cooking time if that's what you want. Say you've decided that you've finished cooking, you want to go outside for a while, maybe a couple of hours. This will stay hot for a long time because of the pressure inside. So the other way, a bit more scary at first time you do it, is to release the steam with the valve. Now, you don't have to use a mitt, but I would suggest you would. First couple of times till you get used to where the steam direction is. This is going to be very loud. So I'm just going to take it to the first actual pressure, so take it back to the vegetable. Because if you take it all the way to open it fully, it can actually, so much pressure can come out. Sometimes a little bit of the sauce that you're cooking, if it's quite full, will come out the top. So that's it. This case, there's not actually a lot of pressure. It'll get more than this. There we go, that's fully released. Just watch for the indicator. And there we go. That tells you it's at the perfect temperature. You can let it subside a little bit more to get rid of any residual steam. Now you take the lid off. This part you have to be careful because there is hot steam in there still. So get some mitts, 2 mitts for me in this case, and slowly release the handle down. See the steam coming out now, and then pull towards you, and that's it. It's basically how you use it. Cleaning, obviously try to use something that's not going to scratch the pan, because this is a lovely quality shiny pot. I've got this special stuff from Lagostina, which is the company that makes this. I would have sent it, but I can't. This stuff, it's just like a powder. But I also bought some, like, it's like a liquid, like a, I don't know, some like cleaning sort of liquid that is used for special high quality pots. I would suggest something like that if you want to keep it nice and shiny and clean, unless you get some sort of scratches on the outside or whatever. So that's it. Enjoy.